Now that we have a basic understanding of viewport mouse control, I'd like to talk about the toolbars and the configuration of the viewports. The toolbars in the program can be collapsed. So if I click on the upper right hand corner, I can collapse any of my tools. These can be also scrolled by using my scroll wheel. The navigation control that I want to spend some time describing here is the camera movement. So by default, the camera movement is pushed down. You are actually a virtual camera. That's how I'm moving in this 3D scene. If you look closely in the top, front, and side views, if I hold down my left and right mouse button, I can drag and zoom in. This eyeball and the arrow represents my current view in my dynamic or my perspective view. So as I rotate my perspective view in the bottom left hand corner here, and I click in my top view, this and the front and side views also change. That eyeball represents me in this scene. The speed in which I move is controlled by the change camera speed, and this is just a button that you continuously click and it cycles through. The large bar setting will allow you to travel faster within your 3D scene, whereas the small bar will slow your speed. So you'll have to drag a lot more to move in this mode, versus the large bar. The other things that I'd like to talk about are just the fact that these views aren't able to be changed unless you go within the menu to change them. These are actually frozen. So the viewports here can be changed. It's just a matter of you picking a configuration. To change the viewports here, the top, front, perspective, and side, you go to View, Viewports, and Configure. So doing this brings up a dialog box that allows me to change my perspective, size, and orientation, and I can basically choose these presets. If I click right here, I'll be able to choose a 2 viewport mode where I'll have a top and a bottom. I click OK. I'll have a top and a dynamic perspective view. I'm going to View, Viewports, Configure. I can bring my settings back to the 4 port, or if I want to change maybe a 3 small viewport and a large viewport on the bottom, I'll hit OK here. So then you can see my viewports are automatically changed. You don't have to use these pre-configurations. You can actually change this yourself. If you go to Viewports and you choose Floating, you can actually change these to whatever size you want, and you can even close these out, resize these like this, and you can work within this mode. The next step that you would take after this is to freeze them. So you go to Fixed. You go to Viewports, Fixed, and then you pretty much get your viewports that you set up within your floating view. So you can change your views, it's just a little bit tricky, and you can also use those pre-configurations. In the next step, I'm going to show you how to create a basic cutout of a level. Stay tuned.